this is a quick video about the best way to make fire. I mean, you can use whatever you want to start your fire. A lighter, fire steel, flint and steel, bow drill, hand drill, whatever you like. Doesn't matter what you use, if you don't prepare correct wood, then you're going to fail. And this is the simplest way to go about it. So obviously, you're collecting your wood. Prepare all your materials first. So we've got pencil lead size, really fine little sticks. Don't take them off the floor because they're going to be wet. Snap them off hanging deadfall, and you know, they want to be able to snap really easy. That just shows they're dry all the way through. So you start with that. Move on next to your sort of pencil size. Obviously make sure that's all dry. Move on again to like finger thumb size pieces. That's I always like to have a good stash of that, because that's pretty much, you know, once you've got your flame with these two sizes here, this is gonna really start to give you a bit of heat to then move on to your sort of more log sized pieces. Yeah, and once again, make sure they're dry. Number one rule. As always, the upside down fire. Biggest logs at the bottom. I'm not going to make a huge fire today, so I'm going to go with 3. Essential to keep your fire off the wet ground and the cold ground. Then your next layer, you're going to lay the opposite way on top. Like that. Another layer then, opposite way again, just crisscrossing it. You need that air circulation onto the fire. Along that one. Then we're going to do another layer. Like that. And we've got some nice little sort of finger thumb size pieces here. And we do another layer again, just keep on alternating the way you lay the sticks. So there we go. We've got our really fine pencil lead stuff here. And we're going to save a bit of that then. So once you get the initial flame, you're going to need to feed it to start with before it starts burning down. So we're going to, today, we're going to use a bit of char cloth. We're going to use some cypress bark, some cedar bark, our flint and steel kit, and some birch bark. Lay a few of these nice thin ones here. And almost like a triangle sort of shape, like this. Yeah. again then with our the really fine twigs do the same. It's basically leaving us a nice gap. If I could just take you around here a second. So you can see what we've got going on here. Basically got like a little, almost like a little teepee structure on top. So once we've got our bird's nest going, we can just tuck it straight in there, and that's going to ignite. And then we're saving a nice handful of little twigs then just to chuck on top to ensure it takes. But I say, as soon as you've got that burning, it's just going to slowly start burning down to the big wood at the bottom. So let's get the old flint and steel on the go. Let's turn that round just to make sure I can see you, or you can see me. So right, so getting in close here. So with our cedar bark, we're just going to fluff it all up, make sure it's all broken down really fine. I'm just going to lay that on my tin lid here. We're going to pop birch bark in the hole here. I'm also going to put a bit of birch bark, really fine pieces, in our bird's nest. Look at this, a little bit of this back. Right, I'm going to take a piece of my char cloth. We're going to find a nice sharp edge on a piece of flint. Hopefully, and we're going to lay the char cloth just above the edge we're going to be striking on. So I'm going to use this edge. And then we're going to start. Let's use that side. So we've got that laid on top of the piece of flint. Now with a swift downward motion, we're going to strike. There we go. So that's taken. So we're going to tuck this now into our bird's nest. And we're going to blow on it. And all those fine sticks now, we can just get those straight back on top. We're going to tidy away our kit before we get any sparks landing in our char cloth. my remaining piece of birch bark I can go back in the pot for the next time. And that's fire using flint and steel. Which is basically obviously a piece of flint rock and a piece of high carbon steel. Which all you're doing is you're scraping tiny little shavings off this steel. A lot of people think it's the rock which makes the spark. The spark comes off the steel. The rock is just hard and sharp, and it's hard enough and sharp enough to shave fine shavings off this piece of carbon steel. It's not the rock which is creating the sparks, it's the steel. Okay, just to clear that one up. But that's how we do. I haven't made a flint and steel fire for ages, to be honest. So there we go.